It is important that those who deliver education are well acknowledged and appreciated. As was said earlier, we are all who we are today because of our teachers.
In Ghana, education is highly valued, and teachers play a critical role in shaping the country's future by molding the minds of the younger generation. The Ghana Teacher Prize is an initiative by the Ministry of Education and the National Teaching Council that recognizes and celebrates the contributions of teachers who go above and beyond in their classrooms, inspiring and making a positive impact on the lives of their learners. This award is a symbol of excellence and dedication in teaching, with the aim of encouraging teachers to strive for greatness and inspire their peers. Through this film, we will witness the stories of these outstanding teachers, Stella G. Malabi, Fatih Yusuf, David Harrison, who have not only transformed their learners' lives, but also brought positive change to their communities.
One thing that I like about my teacher is how he teaches. He makes sure that everybody understands what he is teaching, and he also makes the class lively.
My name is David Harrison Mensah. I teach Basic Design and Technology, that is BDT, at Sewibekwai SDA JHS. I heard from the Education Office that the portal has been opened for deserving teachers to apply for the 2022 Ghana Teacher Prize. So I gathered my documents, my pictures, my videos of all the activities that I perform in the school here, and I uploaded them on the platform. So I was in waiting when I had a call that I've been selected amongst the 23 best teachers for the prize.
To have received that call that I was among the top 23, I was over the moon. In fact, it was a shock, a surprise, and at the same time, it was so exciting.
The feeling was indescribable. That's how I can put it. The only thing that I told myself was that whatever you are doing, it will all make sense one day.
I instill a lot of values in my students. Examples are hard work, discipline, and humility. I also instill cultural values in my students. They perform dances to depict traditional dance. I also teach them how to beat the talking drum, which also shows our culture. And these are all things that I do as part of my co-curricular activities.
Mr. David Harrison has inspired me in numerous ways. Yeah, I remember very well that when we were in school, he would help anyone who faces any challenges, like individual talent that he had. So that really inspired me to pursue higher and offer a Bachelor of Education in Rural Secondary Education, specializing in science, ICT right now. And I'm back here doing my internship and to help them also achieve what I achieved when I was here with them.
Mr. Harrison, you'll be a fan teacher at home, and then in teachers, how time I also at the best school. On one said in Adam for no one, I said, Bibino, a quite before or better discipline bus kuma. Today be an army bomb pass, and hope I had my teacher, Yabona Baswam, and saying, you know, who say, you a teacher phobia, Momboa, you say you quite cruelly. And at times, Ghana, we say, be a Crabia, Sinase, or Yajuma Swan, you who Juma oil, but M. they say, or Moya Yamu say, why Yajuma Sonti, Mobona Basso.
These nouns, no matter the number of verbs.
This award certainly made me to know that the work that I've been doing over the years has really been beneficial and effective in the lives of my children. For instance, there were certain things that I used to do. I come to school very early and I make sure that I do some early morning reading lessons with my learners. And I realized these things have paid off. And because of this award, I knew that if I continue to do some of these things, many of my learners will also come out with their best in the classrooms that I am teaching them. I had what we call peer teaching. So if we have a grammar lesson on, let's say, comparative or superlative of adjectives, I give it out to group leaders, and then they go and research on the topic, and then they bring it back to class. So when it's time for grammar, each group leader comes to present her lesson to the whole class. And then when they finish, I also come in with mine, and then the class come in with their questions to the various leaders that taught. And it has really helped the children a lot. First of all, it's even helped their communication. It also boosted their confidence, and it's helped them to even understand it better, especially those who handled those topics.
Her impact is not just limited to the school alone. Even the community are benefiting from her. She organizes programs for the community. And then one other thing I like so much is that very early in the morning, they start classes at 6 o'clock. They'll go for first classes before assembly. And so it has made the children to go to school very early. I stay along the roadside, and as early as possible, you see the children rushing to school because they don't want to miss her classes. The first batch completed last year, and when I went through their results, in fact, the worst in English language was aggregate 4. In our areas here, it's hard to get that the school will record 4, the lowest, in a subject. A small school like Bupe Girls Model, a teacher coming from there and receiving this kind of award. In fact, it was so surprising. And people were asking questions. How did they do it? Who does she know? In fact, this was really something that convinced a lot of people that no, it is not only by connection, but it is by hard work.
My teacher won the award because she's very disciplined and also hardworking. The early morning and after school classes Madam Fati used to organize for us has really helped me to develop interest in learning. I'm now in senior high secondary school, and my teacher really shifted my life because even now in SHS, I'm the best English student in class.
Teenage pregnancies have been reported day in, day out until the arrival of Madam Fati in Bupe. For now, most girls have restricted their energies to reading their library books, doing games that will put them to learning, and that has curtailed the report that we hear day in, day out about teenage pregnancies. Now they have been engaged to compete with their colleagues. They are engaged in watching TV news to see how their colleagues who are performing like them, and they feel they can even do better. As is always with them, she organized excursions for them to see places they have never seen. We parents are not surprised when our kids started jubilating that Madam Fati was nominated as the first runner-up for the Best Teacher Award. Because right now, if you pick the script of my daughter, you will be marveled to see the level of diction, the grammar, even the calligraphy. My word's handwriting was not nice.
Madam Fati is simply the best.
In our dental community, JHS, we have a lot of teachers who are hardworking and so selfless, but Stella stands out. Stella Jima-Alabi has impacted the students in so many ways. She is a role model to them, especially the girls. Anything about adolescent boy or girl is her priority. Her classroom delivery is also a very good one. When you talk of co-curricular activities in the school, she does it with her whole heart. She extends all these services to the people in the community.
The one thing I like about Madam Jima is her determination. I love how she tries to make us the best versions of ourselves, no matter the cost.
Having heard the news round that she has won the award, I wasn't surprised because she deserves it. Having taught 2 of my children who passed through the school, the last one who just graduated into SHS about leaving, she got one in her language. And I believe that if she's been able to go through junior high and she has gotten a 1, that alone tells much about her impact into the children's life.
Okay, Krista. The teacher, okay?
The teacher is playing the role of a mother, a father, a doctor, a psychologist, among others. When you see a learner or a child and the facial expression is not good, the teacher goes beyond to not just teach, but also get into the emotions of the child to actually understand what is going on with the child. Apart from my structured routine of being in school every day, I also teach online. So I teach on Joy. I have lessons on Zoom as well.
to interact with children beyond my scope. And so you get to interact with children who are even in Tamale, who are in Navrongo, who are in Bulga, in different parts of the world.
A boy who couldn't read, couldn't write, and was totally behind the class, and he was cut off. But this boy, I realized he was good at singing. So I met with him after school, sat down, then we started writing songs. I started writing songs with him, and then I would rehearse with him. He brought on board 2 other friends who were also interested in music. This boy completed senior high school. Today, as we speak, he has his own music studio. He's a music director and then a sound engineer as well.
Knowing the individuality of every child or every learner, it has positioned me at the place where when I'm teaching and I get to know that this child understands best when he or she draws, I allow the child to go in that space. The child understands better when the child writes in a sentence. And so it has changed my perspective and my attitude towards how I do things generally. I also teach them the value of cooperation. And so I give them a lot of assignments, group assignments, work in groups, collaborate, and the value of them knowing that they are worth it.
I involve my students in the teaching and learning process, where I make sure that all of them have a feel of what I'm teaching. They all take part in the teaching and learning process. This prize has really motivated me to do more than ever before, because everybody is watching me as one of the best teachers. I'm also trying my best to do more so that I can win other prizes globally.
Gerald Bibi Kolevi won Best Teacher in the early grade category at the 2019 Ghana Teacher Prize. She was also among the top 8 teachers at the African Union Continental Teacher Award in 2022. Bibi is an inspiration to many. She shares her remarkable journey in her teaching profession.
My journey started when I was posted to Amena Ano Model DEA Basic School. It was only KG school, and in fact I was trained as a basic school teacher. So when I was posted there, in fact I was depressed. I was having some misconception about KG education, like teachers who teaches in the KG classroom are not academically inclined. But my few months with the kids changed my notion about KG education. And I noticed that it is the foundation of the child development, and that much attention must be given to that.
My teacher, Madam Bibi, is very unique, all because she always wants to see the people's learning. Madam Bibi is very learned person. If you want to go higher, you need to revisit your books.
For the AU, you realize that it wasn't for normal teachers. Professors were involved. SHS teachers were involved. You could see that, in fact, teachers who were doing exceptionally good things in their country were involved. But my unique selling point was the KG education. Trying to develop my own resources, putting my classroom into a model practice classroom to teach, which I'm also empowering other teachers in my district and across several districts in Ghana and Liberia. I think that was a unique selling point that made me to gain the award. And winning that made me realize that much attention is being given to KG teachers and KG education at large.
Let us take a moment to recognize and celebrate our remarkable teachers who are positively impacting the future of Ghana. To all the teachers who continue to inspire and empower learners in the classroom, we applaud you and say thank you for your service. Your work is the foundation of a better tomorrow.
Teachers must try as much as possible and then accept postings to rural communities. It doesn't matter wherever you are being sent to work. What matters is what you can do for your community and then the impact you make to humanity.
A teacher might know the content of a particular subject, but might not know the pedagogy or the methods that he or she will be using to teach. So knowing the content alone doesn't help. You might as well also know the methods of teaching, but if you don't know the content, that one also doesn't help. So a good teacher is one who knows what to teach and then how to teach it.
The challenges are enormous, as you know. Some of you even cross rivers to your school. But one of the things that I keep saying is that in the midst of the challenges, what difference can you do? What impact can you make? And hey, whether challenges or not, you have to excel, and your learners have to excel.
I wish to congratulate all teachers for accepting to be the custodian of knowledge and enlightenment. We revere them for the sacrifices they make to enable learners realize their full potentials.